Does Matthew make a mistake by claiming a prophecy that isn't in the Old Testament? Matthew describes Joseph, Mary, and Jesus leaving Egypt to live in Nazareth, and writes this was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophets. He shall be called a Nazarene. The problem is he's not quoting any verse from the Old Testament. Is that a problem? The first key here is that Matthew specifically mentions prophets, plural, so we shouldn't actually expect to find a particular verse, but simply a general truth found in the prophets to correspond to Jesus' Nazarene-like character. For further evidence that Matthew is not referring to a singular prophet, look back just 6 verses earlier, where Matthew mentions the prophet Jeremiah by name and then quotes from Jeremiah chapter 31, a stark contrast to what we find in the Nazarene prophecy. Here are some options biblical scholars give for the meaning of this fulfilled prophecy. First, Nazarene was a term of scorn appropriate to the Messiah whom the prophet said would be despised, scorned, and rejected. Nazareth was a town that was heavily despised. See John 1:46 for a brief example. This explains why Matthew mentions prophets, plural, why he gives no direct quotation as he does with Jeremiah, and shows the connection between a Nazarene and one who is despised, scorned, and rejected. Other scholars point out the fact that Nazareth comes from the word netzer, meaning branch. Many prophets spoke of the Messiah as the branch. See Isaiah 11:1, Jeremiah 23:5, 33:15, Zechariah 3:8, and 6:12 for examples. This is another point that fits with Matthew attributing it to multiple prophets and showing the connection of Nazareth to the biblical prophecies of the Messiah. This is a great insight from the meticulous tax collector, noticing patterns and details in the Old Testament fulfilled by the life of Jesus. Upon further examination, this alleged Bible difficulty is not so difficult.